Welcome back in, everybody, to the first series of the day. Cybercats taking game number one up against HF. And HF, it was a really uphill battle for them. And in the end, they just couldn't pull it off. Cybercats being able to take some really good jumps with the clockwork in, with the Ravages coming out at the end with the Blink Daggers from the Tide. And HF just could not stand up to it. They did try to, again, keep Cybercats out of the base where they look for the items. But the Ursa... no match for the Lena. The Lena was just too powerful, and in the end, Cybercats will be able to take game number one, but game number two going to be coming up shortly. And HF, they need to bounce back for this. Because again, looking at the table, if we look through the standings here, we can see that Hydra right at the top here, 5-0, only dropped one game, and it was to HF. So they do have the quality to disrupt if they want to. But for the minute, they are going to be sitting in terms of series 0-4 win-losses. Cybercats, again, they need this victory because it would mean that they push closer to the middle of the table and not toward the bottom. If they did win this, what would the standings look like? They would look 2-4, so they would still be behind Y&T, but it would mean that HF would be, at best, looking for tiebreakers. They would have to beat X3. They would have to beat Sigma Y&T. Otherwise, they would be relegated. Similarly, X3 would have to beat PuckChamp here, and they would have to win that make-or-break series up against HF. And again, if Cybercats win here, that might not be enough because Cybercats would still have one series up against Rise to keep themselves in it. So it is all to play for here still at the bottom of the table. Not completely settled. We're not settled. Nobody's gone down just yet. Nobody's going up just yet. Hydra looking really good, though. They're looking closest to it. 5-0. One more win. Which will be up against Rise in a couple of days. If they can get that win. I'm not saying that they will be winning up against Rise, but the next match up against Rise in a couple of days, if they pull that one out of the bag, they are qualified there for Division 1. In fact, with Sigma Y&T and Y&T playing... no, because it's still Rise on 3-2, Sigma Y&T, PuckChamp all on 3 wins. PuckChamp with that extra game to play, so they do play on the 18th, the 20th, as well as the 21st. With the chance here, because they've only dropped one game to Sigma Y&T. Yeah, they dropped it 2-1, and so they have that ability to move through in second place. The ball is in their court. If they win all of their remaining matches, then they're going to be taking games away from Y&T. They're going to be taking, maybe putting X3 in the dumps, making it, maybe taking away the survivability hopes. But yeah, it will put them in a really comfortable position. Meanwhile, Hydra have left to play PuckChamp and Rise. So the two contenders for that second top spot here from PuckChamp and Rise, they both want to be taking games off Hydra in the final 2 series for Hydra. Just looking to see what's going on. Okay. It looks like we're all ready, getting into the drafts shortly. So, yeah, not going to be too far away here. Yeah, and as far as the games go, PuckChamp have looked really darn strong. Apart from that series up against Sigma Y&T, they've looked good enough to push through, taking a lot of 2-0s, the 1-2-0 up against Rise, where they looked really good. I mean, Rise were taking games in third-party tournaments off Division 1 Western European teams. They beat Into the Breach. They made Into the Breach look amateur. So them moving through here, I thought they were going to be one of the stronger teams, and PuckChamp just came through and 2-0'd them. Looking really good when they did it as well. But no, we get ourselves into the draft this time. HF, without the first pick, will not be letting that Lena through. They do get themselves the Rubik, but the treat for Cybercats, as well as the Beastmaster. So the Bat, the Nature's Prophet, the Broodmother, and the Lena being banned out here. Okay, Cybercats, though. What do they want to look towards with this Treant Protector? Because we do usually see, I mean, the Nature's Prophet's been banned out by Cybercats themselves, so we do usually see that ranged hero like the Lena, like the Drow Ranger, like the Nature's Prophet in the safe lane coming out. With a Beastmaster, would they look for an Enchantress a little bit further down the line? Maybe put this Treant Protector as a position 4. Just going to go for the Lesh right off the bat. So not the Bambi, but the Disco Pony instead.
Radiant team ban. Dire
Which,
team ban.
with the Pulse Nova, with the Lightning and the Edict, is still pretty good at clearing through the Beastmaster's creeps. Maybe apart from the Ancients, but then you just pick up a Night Stalker and mess with him that way.
10 seconds
And yeah,
remaining.
HF, that reserve time down to 20 seconds because they did get
5 seconds
a
remaining.
time penalty for, I believe it was vaping on cams. So, yeah, HF are going to be feeling that one this time around. With only 20 seconds here in that reserve time for them. So, they've got to be thinking quick about the bans, the pickups. And I wonder if cybercats, if they try and go quick as well in this draft, just to force the pressure onto HF.
Radiant team ban.
Or are they going to use the full 2 minutes? I mean, straight into that draw ban after the Morphlin here as well. So we will see. Centaur still available for the Rubik, but I mean, the Beastmaster's already there, so probably not. Unless you want to do something weird, like a position 5 Centaur. What else? Slark is still available, really popular hero at the minute. Goes well with the Rubik. Telekinesis into the pounce in the fights, that great setup, especially from a distance as well. When you have the long range Aghanims pounce to come in as a Slark. Okay, so they go for the Phoenix. No egg hitter on the side of Cybercats just yet. They could go for a Snapfire if they wanted to, though. Because it hasn't been ban out.
10 seconds remaining.
Even a Slark themselves, again, pounce from a distance into the attack speed from a Slark.
5 seconds remaining.
Could break a couple eggs. And you can't win a Dota game without breaking a couple of eggs. So I'm told. I don't know what eggs have to do with it, but that's what I get told by my teammates all the time. But Cybercats, yeah, they're taking this time. They are using that reserve time to their advantage. Looking for this next pick. Again, Snapfire 4 wouldn't be too bad. You could then look for something like the Darkseer as the 3. Get the drag back in with the vacuum. Set up for the overgrowth on the Treant Protector. Split Earth to follow up. While those multi-kisses do rain down. They're going to go for the Shadow Demon again. Okay. Into the Terrorblade. Yeah, Terrorblade's good at hitting those supernovas when they do come out. You've got the illusions as well, so just being able to stack up the damage. In the lane, you do have to be careful about the Rubik Beastmaster combo. Because the Fade Bolt telekinesis into the axis, while the balls just continuously right-click you.
5 seconds remaining.
You don't have the most health to start off with. A lot of armor, but not the most health. So those axes and the Fade Bolts, Terrorblade will be punished in the lane, it seems like, from the side of HF.
Dire team ban.
Points away.
Okay. Pangolier comes out again. Swashbuckles, good against illusions. Being able to get the Rolling Thunder in, stop that Terrorblade from being able to be that massive menace in the fights. Still going to be a menace, but, just being able to get yourself in and around, disrupt the Terrorblade, get yourself in, do a lot of damage, and get yourself out before the Sunder comes out on that Terrorblade as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Looking for a carry on the side of HF. What else do Cybercats want to be taken away? The Ursa has already been taken out. The Sniper's out. Morphlin as well as the Drow.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, so they take out the Slark.
Dire team ban.
Being able to get the pounce in, do the damage, and then, the Shadow Dance while the Terrorblade's getting low. Faceless Void, another one. Yeah, another good ban. Being able to get on top of the Terrorblade and just right-click him down. Meanwhile, HF are looking for that.
Team pick.
Okay, the Magnus goes and the Dooms, but still looking for that offlaner. Something with a bit of engagement I'd like to see, actually, from the side of Cybercats. Because there's a lot of follow-up with the Split Earth. The Shadow Demon's Disruption, the Shadow Poison's coming through, the Treant's Overgrowth, but I'd just like to see something that gets the jump on here from the side of Cybercats.
5 seconds remaining.
Which could be... Do they want to go for the Mars themselves? Enigma has been really popular. Again, Night Stalker I don't think would be a bad idea.
Tide Hunter.
It's going to be the Tide. Yeah, okay, so Tide, again, big aura builder. Not easy to take down. Maybe goes for the earlier blink. Do you still go for the pipe? You might still go for the pipe earlier on.
10 seconds remaining.
Actually. So looking for the setups
5 seconds remaining.
from the Shadow Demon with the disruption to get yourself in for the Ravage, I guess. if you are Zeneca here. Should have a little bit of a better time on lane as well without the Ursa, just be able to Fury swipe him, overpower him down.
Monkey King.
Okay,
You
they
may
go
now
for the
select
Monkey
your
King.
heroes.
Maybe completely wrong on having a better time here. Zhani picking up that Monkey King up against the Tide. We'll have to worry about that Jingu Mastery coming out. The extra damage as well, the Balance Strike to be able to, if Tide Hunter comes in close, to get those Anchor Smashes off. They'll still have to worry about that Boundless Strike. The Jingu Mastery, it's going to be quite nice here for the Monkey King in the lane. Whether it's going to pay off overall, though, we have to wait to find out. Getting ourselves into the second game. But yeah, cybercats just looked really good in that first game. They looked so in control. Even with the Titans having a bad start to the lane, they were able to get back into it. Not disrupted. Well, Shadow didn't even get the disruptions off. But yeah, in terms of the team fight, not disrupted at all in the game plan. And cybercats just kept on the front foot every single part of that game. So HF, it is up to them to throw off cybercats' game plan here in this second game. And the Monkey King, is it going to be enough to do it? Because I'm looking really, apart from the telekinesis and the roar, you don't really have... You could throw the Wukong's command down, but there's nothing to keep them in the Wukong's command on the side of cybercats. They could just walk themselves away. Supernova goes, you've got the Monkey King that can protect it with the Wukong's command, and cybercats just walk themselves away. But guys, before we get ourselves into the second game, we do have a commercial from our sponsors over at EGB. Check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, into the second game now, and yeah, you can see that there is going to be the 5-man smoke. A couple of smiles on the side of HF. Okay, they're having fun with it. Looking to smoke up, try and make something happen here on the top lane. I say something happen, just taking down the axes, and cybercats coming through. Smoke will break, erase. I think they'll be able to work themselves up to Pro. Yeah, the disruption comes out. Split Earth coming out from Lesh, but he's not going to be able to close the gap. So Pro's going to be fine. As he just continues to throw out the axes, even the illusions. Just ignoring the Beastmaster for a little bit. This Tide Hunter on the bottom part of the map wasn't joining in with the rest of his team. Maybe just looking to... He did actually get a sentry down just inside as well, that camp. You can see it just on the map, just in the little bottom right corner, getting the block off. And yeah, the odds more in favour now of cybercats in the second game, so they have established themselves here to EGB. And it is going to be up to HF to get the upset. So, Tide, 3 heroes, but does he just walk himself into this? Not skilled anything up just yet, no. Going to be walking himself away. They don't want to get over-aggressive, but Alberca as well as Force Majeure going to be able to get their own bounty runes, get themselves back towards the lane. That's the Monkey King in the career form. And the blocks onto the creeps. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I mean, the Tide Hunter's looking for the blocks himself as well. So this lane should meet just past the tier 1 tower on the side of the Radiant. Maybe they let the no, they don't. They don't let the creeps go. The pull through though, so the tower will be taking a little bit of a couple of shots at that creep in the lane. Shoei starting off with the Fiery Spirit. So JSV taking a lot of damage from this already. Needs to move himself away from the danger. If he needs to, he's got that disruption. Will still be burning down. Looking for the pull through on the creeps now as well. So yeah, the disruption does come through, but it's going to be another refresh on the Fiery Spirits. So the Phoenix doing a lot of damage here in the lane to JSV. JSV's got to be careful about the damage coming through. And just trying to... JSV trying to keep the creeps pulled through here. How's that Tide doing? Monkey King started off with the Boundless Strike. So no Jingu Master come out. Again, the lane's just being pulled into the rivers, into the jungle, behind tier 1s and tier 2s. This is what we're used to seeing in Division 2 Eastern Europe Dota. Pro, going to be taking some right clicks as well from Force. Force with the leech sheet as well, trying to run down that Beastmaster. Just do the damage off to him, and Beast, he's going to take a decent amount there. The axes fly through, but not going to be able to cut down this Treant. So yeah, we'll be able to... Again, he might lose his courier here. He will lose his courier though. But the actual hero itself, Treant, going for the point into the leech seed, especially with a melee hero like Pro that wants to be coming in close, he's not going to be able to dip in and out of the trees to get it off. Get that harass with the right clicks. So the trees coming back now. Actually, he has one of them eaten by the Tango Force being chased down. Did he have it? Only level 1. Rubik though holding that Fade Bolt. No telekinesis, no Fade Bolt on the Force. Force walks himself into the trees. We'll just try and heal up with the Tangos. And yeah, you can see the axe spam coming out as well. Trying to do the damage to both the Terrorblade as well as the Treant. Treant. He's got to look for the pull through again, hasn't he? Yeah, because Weebian gets his pull through. Terrorblade not having a bad time, gets a pull through of his own. So you can see that Pro, he's looking for that farm, he's looking to find the creeps where he can get them. But not really going to be able to disrupt the farm of the Terrorblade because Alberca sitting on 15 lats tits here now, the most in the game. Bottom lane again, JSV being chased down, so he's trying to do what he can. JSV will be able to get in, get that bounty and get himself out. So how's the Tide doing as well? 12 last hits to the Monkey King's 13. Or 14 now. So yeah, Zeneca not having an awful time in the lane. He's having a better time than that last game, where he was just being run down. The overpower coming out, the Fury swipes as well. Does still have to worry about the Jingu Mastery. But for the most part, it's a better lane here for the Tide overall, where he's not constantly relying on the protection as well from the Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, I mean, Johnny, the pull does come through. So you can see the Shadow Demon, he's still looking for those pull-throughs on the creeps. Johnny just be able to find the farm again, like the Terrorblade. He's still about 200 gold behind in terms of net worth, but overall, it's not a massive amount. The Tide being able to get off a couple of denies in the lane. The big thing is, though, the Terrorblade being able to get off 12 denies, the most in the game at the minute. So Terrorblade, not only is he finding the farm, he's taking it away from the Beastmaster here as well. The Beast just sitting on 13 last hits. Mid lane, Chira and Ray sit quite close between it. Yeah, more denies for the Lesh. 8 denies here for the Lesh. But overall, not a massive difference in net worth. Again, about 200 gold between. And Chira going to be taking a lot of punishment from the Swashbuckles. So again, it's going to be like last game, where Chira, he has to play the distance, even if he comes into the line in the Split Earth. Erase does have that kill potential, especially once he hits that level 6. Bottom lane. It is still behind the tier 1 for the side of the Radiant. Because yeah, Proletary, he's stacking up the Wild Axes, so the boar into like 3-4 points in the Wild Axes Force. He's going to feel those being punished off in this now as well. Telekinesis comes out. They have that drag back. Do they have the kill potential though on Force? So you can see the Terrorblade moving himself in. The Axes do connect. The Force will still be able to walk himself away. Alberca looking for a ball there. What's the... No cooldown on the side of HF because the axe is flying through. The Metamorphosis did get used from the Terrorblade, so it is going to be on a long cooldown there. 70 seconds left on that before it comes back up, before he can get it out. Maybe if he gets that Metamorphosis off in the fight that just happened, he might have been able to potentially get the kill into Weebian. But now the chase down Proletary, they're going to be slowed down. Was that Nature's Grasp? Does he even have it? The Axes, they're trying to do the best they can kill, and they might even be able to. They do. They draw first blood. Force Majeure gets the kill onto the Beastmaster. Just not able to run himself away there. Bottom lane. Phoenix comes in for the protection, but the rune, it's actually at top and a race. No more mana left there to get the Swashbuckle. So Chira Jr. will get that illusion rune. That did spawn, you can see it on the map. Yeah, Chira picks it up, immediately pops it as well. Zeneca, does he get himself away from this? There is going to be a tree dance into the leap out. Balance Strike will be there. Wukong's to man the extra damage. Zeneca, where's he looking to pull? Just trying to avoid looking himself to break the vision in the trees. And then maybe look for a TP. No, is he going to try and break some ankles? The disruption comes out from the Shadow Demon. And Zeneca will be able to get himself out alive. Okay, he's got that crisscross applesauce down. Being able to just, the quick feet. Get himself through the trees for a big tanky hero, very light on those feet. to get into the trees and then away. Erase in the smoke, moving himself towards this top lane. With the Rolling Thunder as well. What are they going to be able to do here? Erase? Does he move in? I mean, the train's going to be behind. Getting some D-wards off. He might be the target. Yeah, they might have actually changed the mind. They're going to be able to cut him off on the high ground here now as well. Shield Crash comes in. Force trying to keep himself alive. Terrorblade rotating in. The Nature's Grasp will be down. Erase on level 3 onto Force. So Force going to be taking a whole lot of damage. It's that Rolling Thunder with the illusion with the reflection. But Force moves himself into the trees. Will still be caught up. Pushed to the low ground though. And this might be enough to keep him alive. The Rolling Thunder. He has to get himself away from this. Wasting the time on the Terrorblade. Looking for the last hits. But Erase won't be able to get the kill. Treant just finding the angle that he knew if he got connected on, it pushed him down. He survives through it. He will be able to move himself into the jungle, maybe find some stacks. While this is going on, Chira Jr. with the 3 points into the Diabolic Edict here. That tower's going to go down. Chira does claim it. And now the Split Earth's done after the disruption. I think he'll be able to get the kill into the Phoenix. Zoe with the Icarus dive away, but Erase still going to be low on health. Pulse Nova coming through. Has to go for the swashbuckle. Diving himself away. Both heroes getting really down low there. But Lesh... Oh, they see the stacks? These were for the Beastmaster. The Rubik is going to be rotating around, looking to push it away Chira Jr. But, yeah, with the vision now, the Beastmaster, the axes, what level are those axes on the Beastmaster? Level 3. Maybe he just doesn't have the mana yet. Looking for the Helm, the Dominator, to take the aggro as well. For the Beastmaster to look to throw out and farm these. But now that the stacks have been scouted out, you can see that Chira's moving in. They're looking onto this high ground. They're looking to take these away here. And yeah, Force Majeure moves himself up as well. The wards do go down. V-wards coming out though. Force Majeure, the Hawks going to be scouting as well. But Chira, he's looking for these stacks. The Pulse Nova comes out. Is he going to be able to get the big camp? Not the ancient camp. But yeah, taking at least a triple stack there away from the Beastmaster. Who's just not ready to farm these up yet. Still about 700 gold away from the Helm and the Dominator. And has to do it through the low ground. You're throwing the axes out. And get him what he can before it's taken away from the Lesh. But it does pull the safety net away from the Monkey King. The Monkey King has to be careful here. Level 6, 3 heroes moving around, looking for this. This Pro, yeah, it just continues to look for the farm. So the tree dance comes out from Johnny. Force Majeure's going to see him. The Leech Seed comes out, but Pro just continues to farm out these Ancients again. He was on a timer here, bottom lane. They're going to try and go with the TP in from Zoe towards that bottom lane. Will quell the aggression onto the Monkey King. So Pro, at least that's going to be his Helm and the Dominator coming up. But yeah, the big stack taken away from him. The Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane now as well. Johnny has to move out of this lane. Just not able to contest onto this. Meanwhile, the Terrorblade is in the jungle on the other side, but this Tier 1 tower should be going away. And again, cybercats setting a really good early pace to get aggressive, move themselves around and look for the towers. And again, HF, well, this time they do have the Beastmaster. So with his boars, with the Helm of the Dominator creep, the Helm of the Overlord creep a little bit later on, they will be able to push out towers, but they've just not been able to set the same pace that cybercats are going for here. Looking to get the push down onto the buildings, looking to take the map control away from the side of HF. Tide TP'd himself up to the top lane. Swashbuckle comes out from a race. Do they want to go for this here? 3 heroes stacking up. The 4th not too far away here as well, but Zeneca going to be walking himself away, just waddling himself away as the Tide Hunter. And again, buying space and time, just distracting the side of HF while Chira Jr. on the bottom lane pushes in. There is going to be the Libnam now as well. This Tier 1 tower, it might eventually go down, but while it is a Tier 2 tower on the bottom lane for the side of HF, it's going to be down below half health. No fortification for them just yet. Force Majeure will go down, but it's going to cost them a whole load of tower for that 1 kill in the Tier 1 tower on the top lane.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Top tower
Lesh coming in. Catapult will be taken care of, but he has the Pulse Nova to clear off the creep wave. And again, 4 points into the Diabolic Edict. No, doesn't want to come into it. Maybe, okay, with that Tier 1 tower going down, maybe just worried about the Power Rangers TPs in. You know, all 5 heroes just coming in and looking for the Gamcon to the Lesh. But still doing a lot of damage there to that Tier 2 tower. And not too far away from the Bloodstone as well. Just needs that recipe gold. We'll be able to split off the boots. So, how's it looking for... I mean, Erase has got the Diffusal Blade coming out sometime soon. Zoe looking to use build stacks here and disrupt, but Zeneca will be moving himself in. I wonder if Zeneca goes back for the Greaves as well in this game. Aegis Grasp comes out, slow down onto the Beastmaster, level 8 on Zeneca now as well. So could potentially go for that Ravage if he wants to. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there's a Disruption Split Earth with the Swashbuckle. Not going to be able to get the jump onto an Erase. Erase with the Rolling Thunder actually in the river. Trying to get himself through onto Chira. Chira is going to be out of mana. But Erase, he has to run himself away. Yeah, Zeneca is still holding that Ravage. Crow and Zoe playing it close. But if he comes in with the Ravage and the Gush, the Nature's Grasp might be enough to get the kill onto the Phoenix. Though, do you save it for the Monkey King? Maybe you do. As Zoe with the Supernova as well. So if he wasn't killed off in the Ravage, we'd just be able to go for the quick reset. Chira coming in. Yeah, looking to clean up this Centaur from Pro. Pro, the axes fly through. But Chira as well as Zeneca. Hell of a lot of mana between them. And Chira, even with the Bloodstone coming out now, reveals. So he is going to be able to keep himself sustained. And that's kind of the thing. If you're fighting into a Lesh with a big Beastmaster army, the more creeps, the more heroes, the more whatever you throw at this Lesh, the Lesh is going to be loving it. Because of the lifesteal coming through from that Pulse Nova Bloodstone combo. How's Beast looking? Still going towards... Yeah, it's going to be the Helm and the Overlord, so... nothing like the early Arc Shard or anything like that. Weebian, they could look to push down even further, put the pressure onto the lane, but Zeneca as well as Force are here to push them back. You know, again, two big tanky heroes. Alberca to get the kill into the Monkey King in the bottom lane. He overextended the Metamorphosis, the Disruption comes out, and they get the kill. Yeah, no, really good setup there to take down the Monkey King, and the longer this Monkey King's down, I mean, he's already about 3k behind the not the Tide Hunter, the Terrorblade. Meanwhile, back on the top, what was stolen? It's going to be the Nature's Grasp here for the Rubik, because the Rolling Thunder comes through from the Pangolier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And do they want to go any further? Again, Supernova is still there. The slowdowns, this Terrorblade to be able to take the tier 2 tower bottom, not even contested on that, not being protected up, because again, the rest of the side of HF just trying to look to get whatever they can off this top lane. The slowdown onto the Tide Hunter didn't throw the Ravage out. So the Swashbuckle for the Pangolier was able to get himself away from that. Diffusal Blade not too far away from this one. Yeah, he was going towards it, about 500 gold. But Pango, Monkey King, everyone, the Beastmaster, going to be falling behind the two on the top of cybercats. Look at the net worth here for the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade's still not slowing down. He's got that Manta Style. He's got the Dragonlance coming out soon. Oh, did he go for the fight? Supernova will be there. The Raw now as well into the tree. And it looks like he's trying to look for the Telekinesis back onto the tree and protect the tree. Not going to be able to get the overgrowth off, but now the chase is on Zeneca. He used that Ravage though. Kira Jr. coming in and has the Bloodstone. But he doesn't have a whole lot of mana here, Chira Jr., so he's going to be punched out. Sunray comes through. Split Earth, not going to be close enough. Disruption, trying to save his life. Diabolic Keydick, but Chira's going to go down. A little bit of a mistake there from cybercats to come so far forward. Even with the Supernova going, you just give the tree up. You know, you let him die, you move yourself away. But Chira Jr., he thought he could get something out of that and just ended up being caught out in no man's land. Now Zeneca. Rolling Thunder coming through onto the Tide. Tide can get himself away. The Disruption just to dodge off the Rolling Thunder. And Erase. Just rolling himself away. Zeneca. Come on, man. You know there's three heroes here. The Split Earth was stolen from Weebian. Zeneca. He might actually go down here. The Swashbuckle. The Icarus dive isn't going to be enough damage. Living armor, it's not going to be able to keep him alive. The axes fly through from Pro, and they do get the kill, but this might have been a bait. Look at this. The reflections from Alberca, but Alberca, he gets so low. The Sunder onto the Shadow Demon of all heroes. Force Majeure can still look for the Overgrowth. Grass does get dropped. Overgrowth comes out. It's going to be Snow the Leech Seed was stolen by the Rubik. They do get the kill into the Rubik anyway, so it's not going to matter. Split Earth not going to connect. And while this is happening, they are buying time and space for Johnny to find the items into the Battle Fury for the Monkey King here as well. So he's looking to catch up. You'll keep pace with the Terrorblade at least. Don't fall behind. A race. He's going to be taking some damage. Do they get the kill though? JSV wasn't able to rotate in time. So yeah, the bottle being refilled here for a race from the Rubik. Pro. He's looking for the push out on the top lane. The Terrorblade illusions are coming in, but again, until the TV joins in with a meta form, they're not going to have an answer for the Phoenix Supernova. Johnny just continues to look for the farm. Yeah, you can see that Chira Jr. There was just a couple of kills there that cybercats didn't need to give away, and they ended up doing it anyway. Looking to protect that tier 2 tower though. The push down, I'm surprised they've not taken the outpost on the side of cybercats. After taking that tier 2 tower, there is going to be a double damage rune here on the bottom part of the map as well, pinged out from Jess V. So does Chira pick it up? It looks like he will. Or maybe not. Maybe he's saving the bottle for the Terrorblade to pass that one over. Yeah, no, he is going to save that for the Terrorblade. Vanguard picked up for the Lesh as well. Raise the disruption, but the Swashbuckle was there. Able to get himself up to the high ground now. The backlines, they do want to try and fight into this. Zoe taking a whole lot of damage. Might just try and go. They're good able to get the roar onto the left. Lash can he get himself away? Bounce down to the low ground once again. The Swashbuckle to follow up the Ravage Duel. He's going to connect onto 2. The Gush comes out as well. Supernova will be there, but they've already taken down 2 heroes. The Balance Strike, they might still be able to get the kill. Chira can't get himself away. The Wukong's command does go. The Supernova for the stun. And they do take down the Lesh, but now Zhani slowed down. Force Majeure is going to be here. Can't pre-dance himself away from this one. Alberca with the double damage rune. The Mischief damage. Not going to be able to dodge it all off, so he's looking for the dance away. He has that Icarus dive in the Roche pit, but the Sunray over the banishment comes out, and now he has to go for that Icarus dive to get himself away. But you can see that Force Majeure, Alberca, already moving themselves into position. And with the double damage rune here on the Terrorblade, as well as that Metamorphosis form, they comfortably move themselves into the Roche pit. The scanner will come out, but HF not going to be able to do anything about this. You can see even the Beastmaster, he's close, but he's not coming into this. Hawk to summon maybe to see the vision, but it's not going to be in time. They get the Aegis, they even take down the Hawk. Was that the Shadow Poison? It was. Shadow Poison stolen from the Rubik. But really good fight, even though they did lose the Lash. Really good fight again for cybercats to get themselves back in the driver's seat. You can see there's a smoke rotation coming out from Proletary as well as Weavium. They might find Zeneca. Zeneca, he has those Greaves, but they are on cooldown. Even the Phoenix rotating in for this now as well. But yeah, Zeneca, those Spidey senses, maybe not the Spidey senses actually, the telekinesis does come through because he stops for that camp with the rest of his team though. Do they want to try and back him up? TP coming in from the Shadow Demon. It's going to be a lot of damage, but the disruption, it keeps him alive once again here. The Tidehunter gets low, no Greaves for 8 seconds, so they do get the kill. But we just waste a little bit more time here on the side of HF with that disruption coming out. And the Terrorblade just continues to farm. Continues to find that net worth over the Monkey King, even though the Monkey King does have the Battle Fury out. It's just cybercats, they're finding some great farms that, again, the timing on the map for them, they know roughly where everybody needs to be to help out who's being, maybe not the Tidehunter there in that last fight, but for the most part they are sticking to a good game plan. You're finding these fights on their own terms. TP's coming in. Do they actually get the lockdown? There's going to be a Ravage available as well as the Greaves as well. They want to take down this Black Dragon, and they will finally get it. The heal coming out onto the tower with the Living Armor as well. Do they actually want to deny this, or did he just heal it up? It looks like they want to keep this tier 1 tower alive in the mid lane for as long as possible here, with the Living Armor coming through. Shadow Poison's being spammed out by the Rubik. Further, faster, stronger with our Arcane Supremacy. But look at this, 4-man smoke here coming through from the side of cybercats. Moving through where they think at least the Beastmaster is, maybe the Monkey King too. Monkey King moving himself back towards that
Dire's
tier
top
3.
tower is under attack.
With no vision, no
Radiant's bottom tower is under
idea where
attack.
cybercats are on the map. Yeah, Monkey King just moves back to the high ground. Doesn't want to get caught out, will be able to farm this bottom lane now as well. It's being pushed in by the Terrorblade illusion. Fortification going to be used
Radiant structures are fortified.
for the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Just a happy coincidence there as well for the tier 3 tower in the bot. But yeah, look for that protection here in the mid lane onto that tier 2 tower. Shira, how's he looking? Getting close to the BKB here on the Lesh.
Sort of prize is
Has himself an arcane rune here as well. Boots have traveled out now. So, 5-man smoke from HF. Where did he look for this? Because, I mean, the Tide is the only one that's... I don't even think he showed. They're moving through the jungle. They might actually have the vision. They do. They have a really deep ward onto the vision. So they see this courier moving around. Tide Hunter now as well. Again, has the Ravage, has the Greaves. Going towards another pipe here on Zeneca. So no blink in just yet for the Tide. But they do see the Terrorblade. Terrorblade has that Aegis for the next minute and a half.
Dire's middle
Butterfly
tower
up as
has
well for
fallen.
him here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So it's going to be really hard to get the jump, to get the pick off onto Alberca.
Dire's top tower
Rolling
is
Thunder
under
comes through.
attack.
Erase. Ravage did get used there as well. Cheers Jr. go for the TP away, but it looks like HF. Yeah, they force out the Ravage and then they just disengage. They know what they've got. They know that it's a big cooldown timing, so they can regroup, look for another fight. Aegis is up for the next, what, 50 seconds or so. So yeah, it is a really nice timing here. If HF can just outweigh this Aegis and then look for a fight. But the side of cybercats, they are going to be grouping up for a smoke. They see a race. Disruption comes out. Was that split earth? Anything to follow up? Is it going to be? No, the roll comes out. And a race with the force stuff here. And Alberca, the chase is on. One more right click. Alberca gets it. Takes down the Pangolier. Pangolier dead for the next 45 seconds. And this will open up the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Can't fortify here as well, because the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane already went down. So the fortification, the refresh already been used here. Shani has to be careful. Shadow Demon is looking. The Tumbleless Toy comes out. We've got the disruption, the setup here as well onto the Monkey King. Shadow Poison. Shani can get himself away from this one. He's going to be slowed down by that Purge. The damage coming through from the Lesh now as well. And Shani has to try and get himself up to the high ground. But Terrorblade not even interested with this. Metamorphosis looking towards that Skadi. Has at least one of the ultimate orbs. Wants to push down onto this tier 1 tower with the illusions while that meta is still going. Might just back himself away now for the creep wave as well. Yeah, you can see that even without the Terrorblade, you know, they've got this outpost, so the Terrorblade can TP in if he needs to. So, Cybercat's looking really comfortable just sitting in the Radiant jungle.
thrice the torment.
The battle lines do come from Zoe. You know, he's kind of saying, okay, this is where I think they are. Big circle around the Radiant jungle into the Dire Triangle. So they're going to go for a smoke in. There's a tier 2 tower for the Terrorblade to TP to. No meta for the next 67 seconds, though. No shard, nothing like that. Waiting for the second Roach to come up before he gets the Demon Zeal out. And he didn't actually go. Not sure what HF are on the map. They're not pushing out these lanes. So, not sure if he wanted to go for that tier 1 tower. Just plays it safe with the rest of the team that wouldn't be able to react if he did go for that tier 1 tower push. Terrorblades. How far is he? Could go for that next ultimate orb now as well in about 400 gold. And then going to be another 1200 away for the full Skadi. Okay. I mean, you look at the timing on this, 26 minutes in here. Cybercats, they have this Terrorblade at 20k net worth. Like, they might even be able to get the chase out from Jani. Telekinesis comes out with the overgrowth. And Jani, he pops that BKB after the fact, trying to run himself away. But they force out the BKB. I think that's a fresh BKB for the Monkey King here as well. That they've just forced out. They know it is going to be down for the next 80 seconds as well. So Cybercats, what are they going to try and do with this advantage? Flash. How's Erase looking? Erase going to be able to get himself away. Yeah, the Shadow Poison was just a little bit too far off. Jessie not able to close the gap, even with the Tumbler's Toy, to try and get the disruption off through that TP and cancel the Pangolier from being able to get away. Meanwhile, Proletary's looking to push out this top lane. Lashraki moving over, though.
Top tower is under attack.
Again. It's actually with the Shivas here for Chira Jr. as well. Yeah, Split Earth comes out, so he is going to be able to push out this lane. Lightning going to be used as well. Chira Jr. with the Black Dragon trying to do what he can, but it will be taken down. Chira gets that extra gold. So, how is Shani looking? Wants the Manta Style, wants to go to a Skadi of his own. Speaking about Skadis, Alberca just gets his up. 27 minutes in. Look at the net worth difference now between the Monkey King and the Terrorblade. That is the net worth difference. Close enough to the entire team. You know, that 8k difference, what, 7k between the Monkey and the Terrorblade? And then you've got a massive difference between the mid laner of the Lesh and the Pangolier. Yeah, we haven't seen mid laners for quite a while. At least in Eastern Europe. Kira Jr. just continues to look for the farm. Oh, they do seem, did they have the setup? No. The blink, they weren't able to get the gap closed there onto the Pangolier. So what's the Pango looking towards? Double damage rune in his bottle. Roche, back up in 15 seconds as well. Yeah, you can park Jess V in there, or an illusion from the Terrorblade. Just park something in there to scout out when the Roche is back up. HF, they're going to go for a smoke in, but it's actually a bit the Terrorblade illusion moving through the river, so they know that's not the real one. Smoke doesn't break. But the Boundless Strike does come through here. Zhani going to be showing as the tier 1 tower gets taken down by Alberca. They're looking to maybe potentially take down or put pressure onto this tier 2 as well. Roshan will be back up. They don't have the vision, they don't have the knowledge of this on the side of Cybercats. But yeah, you can see that Alberca looking to take down this tier 2 tower, make it easier in these fights. If they do take down a good couple of heroes, you know, the HF just can't TP themselves back in. Now the scan comes out around the Roche pit, so they know where HF are. Or at least some of the heroes on the side of HF.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
In fact, no, they're going to force them back. They just go, yeah, okay, you can potentially look to take Roche if you want. I'm going to use my illusions, and we're going to force TPs back. So not only, if you want to fight into us, not only do you have to buy back and like run from your fountain because there's no tier 2, there's no tier 1, there's no outpost for you to TP to, but you're not going to be able to TP at all. Because they forced out 2 or 3 of them now, a race with the double damage rune. Elven Tunic for the Terrorblade, but it looks like he wants to keep hold of this Paladin Sword. So the Rolling Thunder, is this a bait though? From the side of Cybercats, yeah, the sentry goes down. Swashbuckle on the high ground, they know the Rolling Thunder comes in. The double damage rune now as well, erased with the disruption. Where's that overgrowth, the blink in? Even Roshan getting involved in this fight, but you can see the force majeure. He's just looking to get these Nature's Grasps out. Erase that Rolling Thunder will end. And now they've got the chase down, they've got the slow, they've got the purge. They might even be able to take the kill. Sunray comes out, but again, the Terrorblade illusions, are they going to be able to pop, break this egg? They do. Ravage comes out, Zhani with the BKB form inside the Wukong's command. Alberca going to be taking a whole lot of damage with that Sunder. Alberca trying to keep himself alive once again though. Erasing the backlines, disruption comes out, and the Wukong's command will be ending. They get the kill onto the Monkey King. And now they can force down, if they want to, this mid lane into the tier 3 with only the Phoenix alive. So man mode there from the Terrorblade inside the Wukong's command. And you can see they want to go for tier 3s, they want to go for Axe. Fortification will be used. And that will be the first tier 3 tower to go down. They get the dive. They take down the Phoenix, only the Rubik. Only the Beastmaster left with buybacks here. They will be back up in the next 5 seconds or so. But while that goes on, they can see that, yeah, nobody on the side of HF buying back here. So Cybercats, they want to continue to push. They don't even need to go back for the Roshan. They just want to look to end the game now. They want the second series. They want the safety net over the side of HF. And HF, they're going to lose 2 lanes of racks before the Monkey King's back up. You know there's no Wukong's command. You know there's no Supernova.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now Cybercats, after taking 2 lanes, do they back themselves up to the Roche pit? There is going to be the TPs away, so just looking to recover the mana, the health. And then maybe potentially move themselves into the Roche pit, while HF, over the next couple of creep waves, if they do try and move out of the base, try and fight this Roshan once again, the longer they're out of the base, the more base they are going to lose. Tier 4 towers are exposed. And we'll see here what the items are going to be. A race wants to go towards the Ags, but he's going to be a ways away from it just yet. The Basher might be the better choice here. Yeah, you can see that the graphs all swinging in favor of cybercats. Cybercats complete control at the minute. 22k net worth lead and 14 kills to 6 at 32 minutes in. Dive away. What can he do here? Shani, BKB is going to be caught when Comes comes out. And he moves himself away, but the Raw here onto the Leshrac, even through that BKB. The overgrowth is going to be used, but Lesh going to be able to move himself away. The pipe comes out. Shani doesn't have that BKB any longer. Supernova will be popped, but I think the start of Cybercats here, you just move yourself away from it. You don't get stunned up from this. Well, the two heroes, the tree, as well, the Tidehunter will be stunned, but the blink comes in now as well. Whereas that Ravage has already been used 4 seconds before it comes back up. But with 2 heroes dead on the start of HF, yeah, Cybercats just move themselves right back into the pit. And look at the damage from Alberca with the Daedalus damage. He's even going to be able to pick up the shard, picks up that Aegis. And with no Supernova, no Wukong's command, only 1 tier 3 tower standing between them and the racks to give them mega creeps. I think Cybercats, they're going to be looking to end this game here and now. 33 minutes into it, they want to be pushing down. Maybe just go straight for the tier 4s as well. Alberca. No Metamorphosis, but he does have that Demon Zeal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just going to go tier 3s. They're going to go Megas. And they know the control from HF. It isn't there. Monkey King, does he TP himself back into this fight? Sure he has to. Looking for another big item. It doesn't matter. We're trying to take this tier 1 tower. The fortification will come out here. And that's going to be Megas. Cybercats look to push into this base onto the tier 4s. Yeah, again, Aegis is still there. Terrorblade with the Aghanim Scepter as well. The Ravage comes through, but it only connects onto the Rubik. It does force out a roll up into the Rolling Thunder, though. Rolling Thunder coming through onto the Terrorblade. Terrorblade has that Sunder. Does he want to swap out? He does. He swaps it onto the left. He says, you have a Bloodstone. You have so much lifesteal. You're going to be fine. You're going to be A-okay here. Jess V might not be, though. The Split Earth, no! It connects onto 3 heroes. All 3 cores get caught out with that Split Earth. They do still get the kill onto Jess V, but this is just going to be the Raw coming through. BKB's going Lesh. He has that Bloodstone already. He has the Pulse Nova going. He might be able to get the catch out into the Pangolin. The Pangolin going to be slowed down. Buyback from the Rubik, but that's going to be death for the Pango. He is dead for the next 50 seconds, and now, oh, did they actually get enough to crack the egg? They do! Alberca was low. Again, still has that Aegis. And this is just going to be a full team wipe here. Shani trying to do what he can in the trees with the BKB, with that lifesteal, with the Jigu Mastery. But all 5 heroes on the side of HF are dead. 35 minutes into this game. And it's going to be the GG being called. All of a sudden, Cybercats, they swing themselves into safety in Division 2. And X, it's just going to be HF looking to keep themselves going with X3 down there as well. 1 and 4 for X3, HF 0 and 5. Not looking good for them. Cybercats move themselves a little bit closer to safety in Division 2 with a 2 and 4 score in terms of Series 1 and lost. And yeah, it was, I mean, really good plays from Cybercats once again to come out. Even the timers onto the towers, being able to move the Lesh around, look for the tier 1 tower in the top lane, looking for it. Bottom and mid as well, and there was just nothing that HF could do. They didn't really have a tower taker because Pro got delayed so much there with the stacks being contested, and got out a Helm of the Overlord and a BKB to end with 1, 3, and 5, 0, 4, and 2 on the Monkey King. Just never got going there on the Monkey. And on the side of Cybercats, Alberca 15, 0, and 4. They didn't even kill the Terrorblade once. Tidehunter 0, 2, and 16. So again, not picking up any kills on Zeneca, but this time had a way better lane, way better impact in the game as well. Even if he had to worry about the Ravage being stolen this time, still found some really key Ravages. Got Ankh Smashes and Gushes off afterwards, so it wasn't stolen as well. It was stolen the once. You know, we'll give that to the Rubik. Quick fingers there to get the 1 steal. But yeah, being able to move Shiro around from that mid lane because they knew that HF, they couldn't take a tower back. If he left that lane, that tier 1 tower in the mid lane wasn't vulnerable. So he moved himself down to the bottom lane to take that tier 1 tower bottom and just make life hard for the Monkey King. And Cybercats, Really well played, really goodly timed. Is that even English? Really well played, really well timed on their aggression. They just kept the pressure onto HF, and HF just couldn't deal with it. They didn't have that early fight lineup. They tried to look for it for the supernova with the Wukong's command as well, but Alberca, he just man-moded in the Wukong's command to break the supernova. Wasn't scared of either of them because he did have the Sunders to come through. Chira being able to heal up with the Bloodstone, going with that Pulse Nova, so he wasn't scared of coming in as well. The BKB Raw was a little effective, from the side of Proletariat, but I think it only got Chira killed the once. And for the rest of the time, he just sustained through it. He had the Greaves from Zeniker as well, being able to keep his team alive in those massive spells. And the team fight from HF, it just didn't come off the way they wanted it to. And yeah, cybercats, they moved themselves through into a safe position in the league, and now the pressure is on HF and X3. So guys, we're going to take a little bit of a longer break before we get into the second series, which is going to be, I do believe, YNT versus Sigma YNT. Yeah, so we are going to be seeing the civil war between the two YNT sides to see who's going to be coming out on top. But for now, we're going to be jumping to a break. We'll see you in a little bit longer, but after this.